guys, I'm Lisa.
And I'm Natasha.
And we were wondering.
Are you free for coffee?
Welcome. Y'all, this is a quagmire. Justin and Blake, what happened? So, surely you even if you're not keeping up with it, you've seen snippets of Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, who starred together in
It Ends With Us.
It Ends With Us. In the movie, It Ends With Us. Just having some issues. So I honestly feel like it's a real case of he said, she said, and then the truth. You know, I think it's probably somewhere in the middle.
I don't think we've come to the truth yet.
So we're going to just kind of break it down for y'all, what's going on. So It Ends With Us was written by Colleen Hoover. It was a bestseller. They made it into a movie, which if you haven't seen it, see it. I believe it's on Max, isn't it?
Yes, I think that's where you are.
It was a massive success at the box office, becoming Blake's highest grossing project yet.
No, it was Netflix. Sorry.
Oh, it's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Okay. So it's been a massive hit. So the first inkling of trouble was at the premiere. They did not rock the red carpet together. Usually the stars are kind of, and they each are married and have families. So of course they bring their folks, and they, there's pictures with their spouses and all the things, but then there's pictures of them together. Usually that did not happen with this. Also, Justin was the director of it, which is kind of, I think he has directed some minor projects, but this was like a big thing. So usually the director kind of introduces the movie at the premiere. He did not do that. He allowed Blake and the author, Colleen Hoover, to take the reins and introduce the movie. So all of that looked a little fishy. But then days after the premiere, in August 2024, Justin hires a crisis PR firm that had worked with Johnny Depp. Okay, December 20th, 2024, Blake files a complaint about Justin, alleging that he exhibited disturbing and unprofessional behavior on the set that led to a hostile work environment. She says that a smear campaign that Dustin and a PR firm allegedly initiated against her caused her grief, fear, trauma, and extreme anxiety. There were also allegations of Justin entering her trailer uninvited while she was breastfeeding her child and making inappropriate statements regarding sex and porn. December 21st, 2024, Justin is dropped by his talent agency, William Morris Endeavor, who also represents Blake. So he lost his agent. December 31st, 2024, Justin files a lawsuit against the New York Times. And he also refuted some of the claims made by Blake, including a screenshot of a text conversation in which Blake says, "I'm just pumping in my trailer if you want to work out the lines." And there was also some where he had knocked on the trailer and she was like, "Oh, just come on in, I'm just nursing." So, that was kind of a clapback where she's saying, "Oh, he just came in my trailer," but but you invited him in. And the time when she said, "I'm pumping my trailer if you want to work on our lines, just come over." And he responded, "Copy, eating with the crew, and we'll head that way." So he had, and that's not the only one. There was multiple texts kind of refuting her side. Like basically she was, "Let me come in, no big deal.
We have established this rapport with one another."
When she talks about porn, it was him telling her that he had an addiction for that. So it wasn't like he was
discussing
illicit things and stuff like that. Then the nude thing was, she had just had a baby. The baby was just a couple of months old. So I guess in an attempt to make her feel like I'm in this too, because he has young children also. He shared some birth pictures of one of his children So she's saying that made her feel some kind of way. December 31st, Blake files a lawsuit against Justin. Oh, now the New York Times, he alleged that they were basically like they defamed him.
Yes.
Because you're kind of you're telling what Blake said and you didn't kind of get my take on it. December 31st, Blake files a lawsuit against Justin. January 6, 2025, Justin sues Blake, Ryan Reynolds, alleging defamation because Blake, he accused her of never having read the book and she didn't have a fundamental understanding of the book. He alleges that she joked about him needing plastic surgery on his nose. His publicist, who the publicist was named in Blake's lawsuit, also with him, has received death threats. January 21st, Baldoni's team releases footage from movie they claim contradicts Lively's claim. So if you hadn't seen the clip, you know how they're taking, action. They do their little thing and then cut, but then they're telling you just stay there because we're going to go right back.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a scene where they're kind of slow dancing and just laughing and now I have to tell you, their chemistry on screen is on point.
Yeah.
So you don't see any
hints of discomfort,
right. And in this scene, which is not a scene even. This is just them.
This is just them hanging out on the in-between
laughing,
takes.
they're talking. Yeah. There's no hint of anything. Okay, then let me see. January 21st. Okay, January 27th. A trial date is set for March 26th, the same day as audio of Justin allegedly apologizing is leaked. So the apology, I guess when she first said something, he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you felt that way. Yada yada."
That wasn't my intention.
I felt, I'm sure, he was validating her. You worked really hard on that. I'm really sorry. I know I fell short. It was very remorseful. Mm-hmm. February 1st of this year, Justin launches a website where he plans to share evidence. So he's got the screenshots, he's got the receipts, he's got all the things. February 3rd, a judge warns Blake and Justin's lawyers to rein in the PR war. February 4th, Justin reveals notes from an intimacy coordinator meeting that Blake Lively allegedly skipped. Now I did see the notes of that because he texted her, okay, say Natasha, is it Natasha's here, the intimacy coordinator, and she's like, oh, it's fine, just y'all figure it out and let me know. So she was the one balking about all this, and then when you're accommodating her, she's not involved, which was kind of weird.
Telling.
Right.
Because if I'm not comfortable with you, I want the coordinator there. I'm trying to make this as not up close and personal as possible.
Right.
So I want it to be coordinated in a way that makes me comfortable.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
Now you're dismissing the thing I complained
that
about.
I asked for.
Yeah.
The movie is not. It's not Bridgerton.
Oh no.
There's
it's
no.
Not that.
It's there's a few little things that I could see where they would need somebody, but not a lot. It's not like Bridgerton where it's really it's hot and steamy.
Yeah,
it's really
not that kind of intimacy.
No. So there's a couple scenes where they might
based on
some
the movie, I see where she maybe didn't need it. The thing is, you asked for it,
right?
So because you asked for it, we're gonna do it. And then here I am. I'm accommodating this thing to make you more comfortable, and you're like, "No, I'm good."
Right.
But you asked for it.
Right. And then February 19th, Blake files an amended complaint against Justin, where she added some more stuff. How she basically, you did me wrong, kind of thing. Just adding on. Oh, I forgot that. I forgot that. Kind of thing. So, because the trial is not till next year, we have more of this to come. So there's been some more fallout. Blake named some of the other actresses in the thing, saying they felt uncomfortable. One of the actresses had filed, I don't know if it was a suit, but maybe just a complaint.
It was a complaint with HR.
Against one of, not Justin,
yes,
but a producer or something.
Which, of course, if you're looking this up, the way that the titles lean, you think she filed it against him. And it was actually against somebody else.
But in the thing is, there's 3 of them. Justin and 2 of them are maybe producers. They own the company that was doing this film, you know. So it kind of, it's all mixed in together, kind of. And also Taylor Swift is in this because she is friends, or she was friends. I don't know if they're still friends Blake. After all this with Blake.
And then who was it? I told you I was so upset. We love Hugh Jackman.
Oh, but he's friends with the husband.
He's friends with
Ryan Reynolds. Which, okay. Now let's break this down what me and Natasha feel. I have a problem with the husband getting involved, period.
Yes, period.
I think, that just reeks of 1950, I'm going to tell my husband.
That's it.
Don't involve him.
And this did not turn into a legal situation until the husband got involved.
Right.
And then that takes it from okay, we're going to talk about this, because the thing is, there are some other, I'm going to say, important nuances. The biggest thing is the writer of the book, her stipulation for it becoming a movie was that whoever does movie 1 has to also do movie number 2. There were several stipulations. Yes. Well, you had to have read the book. Whoever does movie 1 has to also do movie 2. Mm-hmm. So, and then there's something else. Oh, the only way that having the rights to make the film. So if I'm Miss Hoover and I say, okay, I'm gonna, here's my rights. The only way that those rights can be transferred from this person. So in this case, Justin Baldoni. Mm-hmm. The only way it can go from Justin Baldoni to Blake is if there were sexual harassment. That is included. Okay. That's in the clause. That is in the legal agreement. That's the only way that it can go from Justin to whoever else.
Which is why the husband got involved. Which is why Blake,
which is why Ryan, who has the money, got involved.
That it kind of reeks of that. And also,
which is an issue
in the beginning when we were doing these tour, press tour junkets, Blake, the movie and book are about domestic violence. Mm-hmm. So a reporter asked her about that, and she just deferred and was real flaky about it, mm-hmm. and kind of didn't want to talk about mm-hmm. it. And I think that was a bad look, because the journalist wrote about it and like, how are you not going to talk about it? And that's what it's about.
This is what it's about, yes.
We're trying to highlight that and the nuances of that. It's not always somebody just blatantly going upside your head. There's some other things that can happen. So
that are also still very much so abuse.
Right.
Yes.
And so they were trying to talk about it, and she didn't. So everyone was kind of leaning in a bad way towards her, and then this came out.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
which makes it very redemptive.
Right.
Now I'm the victim. That's why I had to call my husband.
Yes.
So as someone who, we both breastfed, as someone who has breastfed, I really have to have a certain comfort level to be like, come on in. Now that's just me, because people automatically kind of give you a moment. So the whole I'm just pumping. The words matter. Oh, I'm just pumping. Come on in. The thing about it is you have created this level of comfort with this person, and there's no evidence that suggests that when you stopped being comfortable, you voiced, hey, I'm not comfortable with you coming in. Hey, that's not okay. Right. Well, you have to let someone know, because if from the jump, he doesn't know that. He's not a mind reader. You've made this type of thing. Like, this man is comfortable with you if he's sharing his wife's birth photos. Because it's this, hey, we both just went through this thing. Right. This is what happens.
But you know what it is? I think Blake, this was a small baby. Like I said, a couple months old.
Yeah, this is a new baby. Yeah.
the closer you are to it having happened,
Yeah.
you share more.
Yes.
You know, you want to talk about your birth story.
Yes.
You want to talk about, all the things. And he was a young dad too.
Yes.
So he's saying, "Oh, I get it. I've been there. I've been," and I think that was his attempt at trying to make her feel comfortable. Like, this is not a sexual thing. It's not. I'm not after you. I've been through this. I understand. Do what you need to do. You need to pump. You need to do. I'm cool.
It was an attempt at solidarity.
And
for
I think she overshared. And once the baby gets, I don't know how long this movie took to film.
Yeah.
Sometimes they take a year or more or close to it. Well, the baby's 9 months old now. I'm not feeling real
Sherry.
right.
Yeah.
And you just change a little bit, and maybe that happened, and she was trying to back it up, and maybe didn't know how. Wasn't real communicative about it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's kind of what it seems like.
Yeah.
And instead of talking it out, this is what happened. There also is a video of her doing an interview, and it's not about this movie, it's just an interview in general, where she says she comes in all part of everybody. I'm everybody's friend. I'm the nice girl. I'm this. But in her mind, she's going to take over the whole movie. So that's kind of telling. It's
the director switch. That's telling. Remember the whole Justin, for whatever reason, because I don't recall at the moment, and I don't want to misspeak, but he deferred and said he would not direct it again, but recommended that Blake recommended
so
that,
she's ready.
That she directed.
She's ready to.
And so then here he is still being very like, oh no, you got this, you go ahead, type of thing.
I vacillate because we all know there's people. Oh, it's fine. There's people that we thought were nice guys that turned out not to be.
And there's girls who we thought were really our friends and really down with us, and they absolutely were not.
So I kind of go back and forth between the two.
But I'm going to say
at this point,
his text don't lie.
Right.
His text don't lie.
He's got some paper.
And for the record,
paper trail.
It's really baby mama in court. Because it's not like a few snippets. His is like, like you see the last box. Yeah, there's not boxes left out type of thing.
And she doesn't have any of that. It's really
well,
all
she has the money.
Alleged.
And she has the money.
This is how I felt. This is what it's all alleging something. She doesn't really have so much proof. And I'm not denying her right to her feelings.
Right.
I'm saying it's all perception.
Yeah.
If she perceived whatever, and I mean that's what it is. But I do feel it could have been something that could have been talked about and resolved.
Oh yeah.
I don't think this was not lawsuit material.
No.
This is not we got to take folk to court and all that. This was.
But then there's something about the money. There's something about when you get to the fact that the only way that he can lose rights, because this is the thing from a money perspective, this was his first really big project. Then it was a hit at the box office. Right. It still did really well even on Netflix. So post box office, it's just still total. It's just doing good. The book sales are up, and this is big for him. And it screams.
And it's big for her.
It's big for her too. Yeah, because she's not just like a super talent.
Why would you mess that up? Why would you mess it up?
But from a money perspective, is this not the bully on the playground?
It dwarfs the book and the movie.
Yeah.
All of this.
Oh yeah. For me, I couldn't even watch it, and I was just like, oh Lord, these two.
Well, thankfully you were able
to. Yeah, you were able to. I went to watch it after.
If you didn't,
now
the thing is, they have such great chemistry. But to me.
And it's actually
Blake
a really good
is not
storyline.
a good actress. She's just not. She's the same character every time.
Herself.
She plays the Ice Princess. That's who she is. But they did have great chemistry. Mm-hmm. She in no way showed like I got the ick over this guy. Yeah. Which I mean I guess that's what an actress is. But it would be hard for me to do if I felt like you were really harassing me.
Yeah.
It's just an unfortunate thing, and. I do see at the beginning Blake had a lot of momentum behind her. Of course, the husband's popular, all the things. But now it's kind of shifting. there's certain personalities and different ones saying that they're on his side. The thing with Taylor Swift, how she was involved, I think they were trying to find an actress for the young Blake, because they do some, back and forth,
yes.
back, what do they call it?
Flashbacks. I had to think too. I was like, what's it called?
And so Justin showed, I guess Blake was with Taylor Swift at the time, and he showed them the picture. Oh, look at this girl. She does look very much like Blake. And Taylor, oh, she's identical. She's perfect. Yada yada, which kind of sucked her in the situation.
Okay.
She's not trying to be in it.
Yeah.
And so she's kind of backpedaled, like, I don't want to be in this. Now, I think it's Blake's PR people we're out. Like, we do not want to be in this. So momentum is leaving her. It really reeks of immaturity.
It does.
To me. You put your big girl panties on, say what happened, say how you feel, and just get beyond it. This is work. Everybody's job has stuff. Sometimes you have to be
people who make you
grown up.
Yeah, make you not warm and fuzzy.
This is
work.
This is my issue.
This is work.
And let's resolve it.
Yeah, this is
and
work.
that's what should have happened. It's
agree.
really unfortunate. But, read the book. And I still would suggest the movie.
It is really good.
Enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can, it's about, it is a love story. It's a complicated love story.
It is.
But, enjoy it, term loosely, anything about that heavy subject matter. It's not a warm and fuzzy, but it was a good movie.
It's well portrayed, though. It is
very well portrayed. And even, I learned a lot because the way the abuse happened, you could kind of explain it away.
Yes.
And I thought, wow, that's what happens. Because you're like, did he really do that?
How did it get that far?
Or did he really? Was that what happened?
Was that the intention?
Right.
Yeah.
So it was really eye-opening, and for that reason, I think people ought to see it, because then you're not so judgmental
and dismissive of stuff,
of domestic violence survivors, because it's not always black and white. There's some nuance there. So from that point, I would suggest everyone to watch it, and we'll just keep an eye on this. We'll let you know, because the trial will be coming up next year. So hopefully they can get it worked out before then.
I hope so.
I'm
nice, interested to see.
Hug, say you're sorry, move on. Maybe don't hug.
Don't even hug.
Like the crazy
right, don't even hug.
Just,
But I tell you what, I'm keeping the rights to this and run me my money. But that's just me.
Well, that's it. And I hate to. And he's kind of built a brand of being kind of a feminist and being very in touch with his feelings.
Because he lost his podcast behind this too, right?
They left.
Yeah.
Like, is it how do you say it? Baha'i faith? That's what he is.
Oh, I heard this. Okay.
I think of Buddhists a lot. Yeah. It's kind of.
Oh, I didn't realize that. It does. Okay.
So they were saying
I didn't know that.
Some of his how he is connected with that, and he's kind of a huggy, touchy-feely person. And now this made me think of President Biden, because you remember he got in trouble for that, because he's a hugger.
Yes.
He's and people were like, ugh, everybody's not a hugger. And it wasn't sexual. Nobody accused him of being, like sexually harassing him, but he's a hugger, and everybody's not a hugger. And if you're not a
hugger, it is a kind of a standoffish thing.
That's Justin.
Yeah.
He's kind of a huggy, kind of a touchy-feely, cry kind of guy.
Yeah.
And maybe she's not down for that, because her and her husband, they troll each other online. So that's not her thing.
Yeah.
She teases.
They are very mean to each other.
Personally, I hate that, but that's another story. They tease each other. That's their love language. Yes. And I ain't down for it, but okay.
And they do it very publicly as well.
Very publicly, very snarky. Yeah. It's just not nice, but okay.
They do bully each other.
So they're very different. They're on opposite ends of the spectrum.
The behavior spectrum, for sure.
So
I agree.
There's a lot to decipher.
There is. But
we'll keep you posted.
I am interested. I'm almost like I'm vested. I want to know how it turns out.
We do.
I really want to know.
I mean, I don't want anybody to lose their job. I don't want anybody to be like, canceled or anything. Right. But just get along, y'all.
Yeah. But it's work.
Get along.
And if work was fun every day, it probably wouldn't be called work.
Well, that's it.
Spoiler alert. Okay, loves, thank you for pulling up a chair and joining us for coffee. Please subscribe to Are You Free for Coffee podcast wherever you are listening. We hope that you enjoyed today's episode and find joy in the little things. Until next time.
Thanks, guys.